Welcome to Conspiracy in Real Time, the greatest show on earth. I am your medicated and unregulated host, Joshua Stonecutter. I do my show on YouTube, and also I started uploading it to BitChute. I'm a big fan of BitChute. Unfortunately, I'm getting hit with some trolls on BitChute. I'm looking to connect with real people. If you are a real people, please go ahead and leave a comment with a link to your Facebook. Somebody did on BitChute. Somebody said they dropped a link in on their Facebook, and they dropped something for my show on their Facebook, and they sent me a link. But I don't think they sent me a link to their Facebook page. I don't want links to a page that you made using your Facebook profile or like a music page or whatever. Like that's to send me a link to, I mean, I'm not saying that the person from BitChute I'm not accusing the person from BitChute of doing this, but what I'm saying is if you are going to send me a link to your Facebook or whatever, and I am communicating to the person who has sent me a link already, I need you to send me a link to your Facebook profile first. That's where you can start with me, and I'll friend you and we'll start chatting. I need to connect with some real people, okay? Period. Because one of the factors of this whole being targeted thing is they have me disconnected from everybody. In fact, like if I wanted to warn the community about something, which is exactly what I'm doing, and I wanted to communicate with my fellow Americans and people in my community, look, there are no town squares anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything's online. So it's like, at what point do they become the ones that are negligent? This is our topic that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about breaking free from mind control. First, let's go over the tracks, and then we'll get into it. In the main room, we have the Equator, Freeze, Acid Force, Equator, Transport, Side A, Freeze, Acid Force, and Side B, Equator. Acid Mix and Transmix. Acid Mix and Transmix. So that's off Transport. You can see pretty cool album artwork there. That vinyl's in pretty good shape. Now look at this one. This is an interesting one. We have Flying Rhino, but this is why I chose this one, you guys. Look at that. Look at the PED symbol. You see that, you guys? I'll show it up for my Twitch people. There it is. That's it right there. And let me tell you something. If you show up to a church and you see more of these than you do crosses, you might have a problem. And I have a few churches in Florida that I've seen recently that they don't pass muster. You guys, some of these churches in Florida, and I can direct you to them. It looks as though they're just straight Satan worshiping in them. Like they're just straight Satan worshiping in them, and they're using the word Lord and God, but their Lord and their God is the devil. So that's what's going down in America. If you don't believe me, shoot the name. And I know there's people that have watched this and they don't want to because they know that they don't want to know the truth. And that's where the cognitive dissonance comes in. But I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, drop the name and the city of whatever church you think is not involved in this stuff, and I will call them and I'll record it on video and I'll post it online. And you will see something's really wrong, you guys. Something's really wrong. And I believe that they've been using the churches to cover up the killings and the murderings and the butcherings from the virus. Now, which virus am I talking about? I wonder, right? But like, you know which virus I'm talking about. They're using the virus to cover up them slaughtering people, I believe. Now, I don't know that for a fact, okay? But that's what my gut tells me. And I'm out on the street every day collecting signatures on petitions. Something's changed. Something's not right. For starters, I'm not seeing as many black people. I'm not seeing as many African American people out there. Period. I was talking to a guy today about this in Checkers or Rallies or whatever you call it, and he said, yeah, there's less people, but he attributed it to like people moving away and people getting sick and yada yada. And I'm like, dude, there's less people, man. And the wild part about it is that the people who are doing this have all these like secret underground stuff, bases or cities or whatever going on. So why are they even doing this crap? All right, let's get on topic here. We're talking about breaking free from mind control. That's our topic for today. And I'm just going to tell you guys how to do it. Because you need to understand, you are under mind control. I'm under mind control. We are all under mind control, okay? I've even wondered, and I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay, so how do you break free from it, right? Because there's so many videos out there about how we are under mind control and showing us and telling us how we're under mind control and all this stuff. But there's not a lot of videos out there on how to actually break free from it. In fact, many of the videos that you're going to find are in fact further entrappings into more mind control. Let me give you an example. Here in America, we have all these different options pre-selected for us, right? Like, let's say you want to get into religion. Well, there's Eastern religion, like there's like the whole like yoga, Indian thing. There's Christianity, there's Baptist, Catholicism, and you even have on the opposite end of the spectrum, Satanism. But then you also have all that like mystical, like, you know, crystal type stuff, you know. All right. Everything that I just talked about, all of them, they are all under the eye, the one eye. The eye that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote about. You know what I'm saying? That is what's going on. So here in America, let's say, you know, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's say that you're a Presbyterian or a Catholic or Jewish or Muslim or Hindu. It doesn't matter. They're all at the very high levels of the Jewish religion, the Christianity. They're all worshiping the snake. And believe it or not, the PED stuff is actually a cover for something else. What could it be a cover for? Believe it or not, the PED stuff is just one step. I believe the PED stuff is the final step before murder. Because they slowly chip away at you. And it's starting now when you're a kid. And it starts with the subliminal messaging in things like this. Do you see the swirl? And that stuff, you start getting inundated with that stuff when you're very little. I don't want to get into it right now, you guys, but I just found a statue here in Florida that's over 100 years old, and it's got mind control swirls hidden in it. And I just found it the other day. I don't think anybody's ever pointed this out before in Florida. It's crazy stuff. So all your options are pre-selected for you. Christianity, any sect of Christianity, Muslim, Judaism, Hinduism, and then of course all the crystal stuff and the Satanism. It's all under the eye. That is the lost symbol. Dan Brown wrote this book in which he claims the lost symbol is a hand. The hand is not the lost symbol, you guys. The lost symbol is the eye. That is the lost symbol. And it's funny because the one religion that isn't even a religion, really, is one of the ones I'm most fond of, is the one that talks about the third eye. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's like a blatant appearance of the eye. You know what I mean? But this is the thing, like, all of these religions in the new age, okay, so like all the Christian religions, Judaism, Islam, it's all new age mysticism. Baptists, it doesn't matter. It's all new age mysticism disguised as, you know, Christianity, right? So in order to how do you break free from this? Okay, so right now you can already see that going to your local mosque or temple or church or synagogue is out of the question. These are the places where they're doing unspeakable things, right? I mean, it's unbelievable, you guys. And if you don't believe me, give me the name of the city and the name of the church, and I'll call them and I'll prove it to you. So, this is what you do to actually break free from this stuff. Start by walking around your community and walking around your town. Now, before you do this, you need to make sure that you leave your cell phone at home. You don't tell anybody that you're going out. You don't tell anybody you're going for a walk. You just do it. That's how I live my life, and that's one of the ways that you can keep them on their toes. This is something else that's really important that you should do. Get in your car and drive somewhere. If you have the money, I would suggest driving like a day or two away, just spontaneously, spur of the moment. If you work 9 to 5, then take a 4-day weekend, call in sick, Friday to Monday. You know what I'm saying? And drive up to Detroit, drive out to Denver, drive somewhere. I would suggest going out west. But this is the key, you guys. Don't tell anybody where you're going. Don't tell anybody that you are going. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, first off, you need to be very suspicious of the person that you're in a relationship with. But second off, if your partner's in it to win it with you on this one, then they should be like all about it. If your partner's urging you and pressing you against all this stuff, then this is something else, and this is tied in with breaking free from the mind control. Okay, along with keeping your cell phone turned off, along with driving somewhere unexpectedly for a couple days, and you need to do that like pronto. If you're watching my show and you're wondering what can you do, start by driving somewhere unexpectedly. Because I know from personal experience, they don't like that at all. Because think about it, man. Think about every single vacation that you have ever taken. Every single one. Every single vacation you've ever taken, guess what you've done? You told people where you're going. You've made plans. Heck, you've probably brought people along with you, right? They know what you're doing way before you do it. So one of the ways that you break free from the mind control is to do unexpected stuff. If you're watching my show and you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to look very, very hard at that relationship. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you're like, then you're I'm telling you right now, you're dating somebody in the SS. It's how they work. They target people in the community. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm starting to wonder who they're keeping the charade up for. I don't know if they're keeping it up for the children or if they're waiting for people to pass away. My gut tells me that they're actually waiting for people to pass away. And I'll be honest, you guys, I am scared to death that when my grandfather passes away, that they're going to take me out as well shortly thereafter. That's probably when the cancer will hit me pretty bad after my grandfather's gone. Or the person I call my grandfather. That could be my father. And it might be my father. Because my grandfather treats me like I am his son. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my grandfather really, truly loves me. I feel like the person that I call my father, whose name is Rob Earth, right? I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that man might be my brother or something like that. I'll probably never know. But, like, the things that were done to me and the way that my quote-unquote father treats me, I just don't believe that that's my father. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I think they're waiting for people to pass away, and I am really starting to become convinced of the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of families in Florida that are raising their children to be 100% okay with the PED stuff. Like, I don't know how it's done. I don't even want to know, you guys, because it looks like what happened with me growing up was that my older brother and my younger sibling, who was like 7 years younger than me, somehow they were able to get my younger sibling on board and involved with gaslighting and targeting me, even when she was like 2 or 3 years old, you guys. I'm looking through old photos and I don't know where this one is because I set it aside when I went to Gainesville, and I think it's in my car, and I just haven't really looked for this photo yet. But there's photos of like my younger sibling at like 3 years old doing this number on purpose, and family photos and stuff. And I remember them doing it at the time and saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And just recently when I saw it, my heart sank. I was like, "Oh my goodness, how do they get a child? How do they get a child? What do they tell a child about me?" What do they tell, what are they telling other people at work and when I get a job? What are they telling them about me to make them dislike me? Because when I go get a job somewhere, there's no way that, no, it's not possible that I'm getting a job and everybody there is in the SS. Do you see what I'm saying? But look, the last 4 jobs I've had, and I've gone through 4 this year. I've gone through 4 jobs this year. I got targeted and treated like absolute garbage at every job. It was horrible, man. I got targeted and treated like garbage at every single job. I don't know how else to put it. And it was obvious that it wasn't every single employee that knew about it. But the employees who did know about it somehow got the other employees who were ignorant to all this stuff to target me and dislike me. And it happens everywhere. It happens in the small town that I'm living in now. It happened with the 3 jobs that I got here in Flagler County. Like, I can't even work here in Flagler County. Like, I get treated like dog crap here. This is where I live. I'm a Florida native. If you want to break free from the mind control, you need to walk around your community. You need to drive somewhere unexpected for a couple days. Turn your cell phone off. Keep it off. Keep it in the microwave. Keep it in the trunk of your car. Stop using your cell phone. We need to get to where we're not using these things at all. You know? And again, keep in mind that all options are pre-selected, and they are all work of the SS. Or the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call it. The Mothers of Darkness, or whatever. It's all the work of some, like, creepy creature living down underneath the earth, I think. That's what I believe. There's something down there. There's some very intelligent being down there or a computer or something. It's one or the other. But, like, it is key that, look, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're being targeted. Okay? If you're sitting here asking yourself, I wonder, am I targeted? Yes, you are. The only people, and check this out, you don't want to talk about it either. That's another thing. That's another thing about being targeted. You don't want to go around telling people that you're being gang stalked, because all you're doing is telling people in the SS to F with your head. That's all you're doing. You're not going to get any help. To fight the mind control, you have to also fight the depression. And that's what I was leading up to saying, is that you have to fight the depression. I need to be very crystal clear with you guys. I fight depression every day. I have crippling depression. I have horrible, horrible, crippling depression. And recently, with discovering that my own mother and father are involved with this, and after asking them some reasonable questions, having them tell me that they don't even want to speak with me anymore, or they didn't say they never want to speak with me again, they just said that they can't talk with me anymore. And it wasn't because I was acting crazy or yelling or screaming or cursing or accusing them of anything. I was just making statements that had a question mark on the end of them. And they weren't able to answer them. So yeah, I'm depressed. Are you kidding me? It would be really, it would be weird if I wasn't depressed. Do you see what I'm saying? You would know there was something wrong with me, and you would know that I was full of crap if I was sitting here saying, yeah, man, everything's all good. I'm totally fine. Just going forward, nothing's bothering me. No, man, I'm not Rob Dyrdek from Ridiculousness. Do you see what I'm saying? Like participating in all this dark evil stuff, and then come out there like, hey guys, everything's all cool. I'm Mr. Funny Guy, and I love you, the audience. No, they don't love you, the audience. Oprah doesn't love you. Wendy doesn't love you. Rob Dyrdek doesn't love you. They're figuring out which ones of us they're going to send off to the chop factory so they can get our red velvet or whatever it is they call it, our essence. If you have to ask yourself, am I being targeted? Yes, you are being targeted. That's the deal right now. That's what's going on in America. I think, quite frankly, I think if you sub my channel, you might even get targeted. I don't know. I mean, look, there's two different types of people that watch my show. There are people that know all about the mind control and all about the targeting, and there are people that do not. Everybody that I've turned to for help has been involved with this stuff. Everybody at my home church of Creekside in Gainesville, Florida, the elders who I've turned to so far, I stopped immediately because I'm at a point now where I'm regrouping. I'm trying to gain some kind of support, something that represents something like a support system with some other people. You know what I mean? Some people that are not going to lie to me within the first few interactions. Because this is the thing. They can't, and this is to the SS. This is a message to the mole people underground or whoever, the DHS people. You guys cannot keep sending me people who have an objective. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't keep you can't keep sending people after me. And it's because they will not stop messing with me. It's because my own father bought me a car and then booby-trapped and rigged it to break down on me. It is because my own mother has messed with me. It is because my mother and father, quote unquote, my mother and father, have lied to me so much. That's why I've been able to figure this stuff out. There have been so many points along the way where they have had the opportunity to render something that looks like assistance, and it would have pacified me enough to where I would not have ever turned my focus on them. They had so many opportunities to tell the truth as well. So, they got me shadow banned on Twitch for sure. Absolutely shadow banned on Twitch. I can count on Secret Society, Satanic Trolls. That's about it. Or just, I don't know, fat white people. White people suck, man. All right, that was a joke, by the way. So, really, let me just go over everything again, and then I'll end. To break free from the mind control, walk around your community. Don't tell people you're going for a walk. Don't go get somebody to come for a walk with you. Just go for a walk in your community. Drive somewhere unexpected. Go somewhere unexpected. Don't even know in your own mind where you're going. Just start driving and figure it out once you're on the road. You know, little hint. Make sure you got enough. Make sure you got money. Make sure you got some money saved up or whatever. Turn your cell phone off. Turn your cell phone off. Every opportunity you have, your cell phone should be off. You should be keeping your cell phone in a microwave as well, like a microwave, an unplugged microwave. It used to be that you could put your cell phone in an unplugged microwave and it would not get any signal. You wouldn't get text messages. It would just cut it off if you were in a call. Now, I assume because of these 5G towers, if you put your cell phone in a microwave, it still gets a signal, man. You could probably live stream from inside one. I don't know. Anyways, so turn the cell phone off. Fight the depression. I fight the depression with a lot of exercise. I start working out again. Exercise, a lot of medicinal marijuana, and also I work as well. But just remember that all the options out there are pre-selected for you, and they're all works of the SS. Whether it's the music, video games. Video games are a huge one right now, man. And man, think about all the subliminal messaging that you're getting in those video games. They're probably subliminally messaging you to just sit around and do nothing. Because if they have the majority of us sitting around in our houses, then nobody's going to think it's that weird if you go out and you're not seeing that many people. You know? Nobody's ever going to question it, right? Oh, yeah, it's just COVID. It's just COVID. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But, all right, you guys, I'm going to go and peace out on my YouTube, and then I'll peace out on Twitch. Thanks for watching. Please share my content.